G'day, welcome back. I'd especially like to welcome my new subscribers, and I hope you enjoy the content on my channel. If you missed part 1 of my milling pallet, there's a link up there now. You can go and watch that first, then come back and watch this one. Alrighty, so let's not dilly-dally around. Follow me over to the mill over there and we'll get on with this. Alrighty, so I've knocked the vise off and cleaned it all up. Next step is I want to get out some clamps and clamp this down, and I found out why when I put it in the vise this thing was rocking. Which edge is it? This edge here is only about 10 mil, everything else is about 12, so I've got to fix that up. Anyway, so I'm going to put it in this way, and I'll trim it up off this edge, and then I'll run back down clean these sides up, make all these the same bloody height, and then once I've done that, I'll move the clamps back out to the edges. Actually, maybe I should do that before I go clamping on the top here, and run a fly cutter across the top of that just to clean that up a bit, because it's the bottom, don't see it anyway. Alrighty, so that's what we're going to do next. Well, that surface down that side is not exactly as smooth as a baby's bum, so I'm going to call that good. Alrighty, so I've touched it off down here where it was, or I said it was only about 10 millimeters thick, and I've touched it off up here. The difference is 2.055 millimeters. So I'm going to machine it down to this level here, so we'll get on with it. Alrighty, so now I'll change the clamping arrangement and fly cut the top, although I'm seriously thinking about running across here, but I don't really need to. I don't think. No, I'm not going to. Alright, I'll just fly cut the top. Well, I don't mind telling you, that took a fair bit of getting that set up so that I hopefully won't crash into any of this stuff. Well, I'd take a hell of a lot more off there than I really wanted to. That's taken just under 25 minutes to do that, and to make a lot more passes. It was a bit flatter than it really was. But anyway, that's going to have to do that. It's only the bottom, so it doesn't really matter. Alrighty, so I'll get all this cleaned up, get the vise back on there, and we'll get sorted out on what we're doing in the top. Alrighty, so while you guys weren't looking this afternoon, I've refitted the vise, and I did something I've been meaning to do for a long time. And I closed the vise, locked it all down, and took a light cut across the top. of the jaws with the fly cutter to make sure they're absolutely parallel with each other. And this one was out just a little, it was a little bit high on this corner, but not enough to take, you know, a 2mm difference in the thickness of this thing the other day. Anyway, so there's only this one edge now to clean up, and then we'll do something about the top. Alrighty, so now we've got that done. Something else I did yesterday afternoon was to remachine this end and get some of the, just tidy it up a little bit more. Still not the best, because that was the end the sprue was on. So I've cleaned that end up a bit more now. Anyway, so I'm going to work from this end and that side, which is the better of the two sides. As you can see, they're nice and clean now, these two, the tops of these two. No bloody wobble anymore like it had before. Alright, so the plan is, and I better go and draw it up just to make sure it all works, is to come in 20mm from this edge and 20mm from that edge and put a line of alternating threads and pinholes. I've got some 8mm dowels on order. They should be here, well, they won't be today, maybe tomorrow. I'm just hoping they're the right, you know, they're actually proper size things, because it doesn't say they were hardened and ground, it just said they had shiny finish, a TIT, which stands for this is styling. So yeah, and then every 20mm across here, a row of alternating threads and pinholes. What I am contemplating doing is putting 2 countersunk holes out here somewhere. I'll have a look at them once all the other holes are drilled, so that if I want to, I can just bolt this directly to the table with these 2 bolts, one either end, so I can work from it. But anyway, I'm going to go away and just do a quick drawing up just to make sure what I can fit on here, because now this is just a tad under the 180mm that I originally planned on. It's now about 179 and 122 wide. But if I just keep working from the 2 edges, we should be okay. Won't matter if the hole on this end's only 19mm from that end. Anyway, we'll go and have a quick draw up and see what I can come up with. Alrighty, so this is what I came up with. It's a bit of an odd looking thing, and I don't know how well this will work in the long run, but anyway, it's what I'm going to do. So the circle X's will be dowel holes, and the plain crosses will be threads. And I think, just judging by what I've got here and the fact it's in the centre, I might use this one and this one as countersunk holes for bolting the thing down with, if I want to attach it straight to the table. But anyway, that's it. I've got dowels out on the end, so that, you know, if you can push up against the dowels to align things with once you've trimmed the table in. So that's what I'm going to run with, if it makes sense. Alrighty, after staring at this thing for a while while I had lunch, I've come to the conclusion that these 3 here have got to go. And the reason for that is there's an undercut on this end like there is on the sides, and it is, oh, yeah, well, it's 10mm deep, thereabouts, right. And these 3 holes here would be 10mm in from the edge, which is going to break into that. I'm starting to wish I'd left it solid on the end like I did this other end. That's why these ones up here can stay, because this end's solid. I'm kind of wishing all this crap was down that end, but anyway. So let's get on with this. See what it's 3 digits on a DRO doesn't take some getting used to, I think. Only had 2 on the little ones I was using, the little mini ones. Alrighty, so I've got my X and Y zeros set, so I'll get that tool out of there. Right, so the first thing I want to do is figure out how deep to go here and set a Z value so that I'm chamfering the hole at the same time, trying to kill a few birds with one stone. It's not enough either. I reckon that might do it. Okie dokie. Well, I don't mind telling you that that took forever. I was thinking for a while I was going to avoid most of this stuff here, and I mostly did. And just nicked it with this one, nicked it with this one, and sort of nicked it with this one. So, oh, it just took forever. And it's stinking hot out here today. I'm sweating profusely. So I'm going to have a little break after that, and it's taken me about an hour. Just unbelievable. So with CNCs come to the fore, they would have just gone boom, 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 and be all done. Anyway, I'm going to get on the road, get myself an iced coffee, and have a little short break, and then I'll come back. I'll start drilling some holes. Alrighty, so hopefully that I don't stuff this up. I've marked all the blue ones with the blue dot are pins. The ones without the blue dot are threaded, so let's go. Alright, that didn't take anywhere near as long as doing all the centering. I forgot these two here. I wanted to do the countersinks in them. I'll drill them through, but it doesn't matter. I'll drill them right through 8mm. Those two. When I do the rest of them. It's getting late in the day, so I think I'll give it a break, give it a rest for the rest of the day. Those pins on here, I've said it before. I don't trust my reamers, but these center drills, they tend to drill pretty bloody spot on sizes. That's why I didn't want to run and drill through here, because I'll just run that straight through it. Well, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run it in about a 20mm pins, so I'll run it in about 10mm and just stop. I shall do that tomorrow. Alrighty, so those dowels should definitely be here today, but they won't get here till just after lunchtime. It's shopping day today, so I might as well get in and tap all these holes out while I'm killing time between now and when we leave to go there. So I'll show you a few and then we'll stop this and come back later. When I knew I was going to do this thing, I lashed out and bought a new tap because the old one was getting a touch on the blunt side of things. Well, it definitely went through there easier than the old one would have. Like I said, it's starting to get a bit blunt and it's become hard work, even tapping aluminium. Well, I do wish sometimes I had a quill on this machine so that I could power tap, but I don't. Alrighty, I decided I want to go all the way, even though this is about 20mm thick or even thicker than that, I want to go all the way through with the thread so it doesn't restrict me to, you know, how long bolts and things can be that go in here. But I'll leave you there and I'll come back later. Well, that didn't really take as long as I thought it would. It only took about 40 minutes. It's not too bad, I suppose. I've only got one, what I would sort of call a dud thread, and that's this one up here. And when I drilled it, there's a few little holes and things down inside, and it sent the drill a bit off skew with, but and it still works. It's still a thread, and it will do what it's got to do. I'm just glad it's not a pinhole, because it wouldn't have been bloody useless as a pinhole. But anyway, so I've still got a little bit more time to kill. I might put that 8mm spotting drill in and just drill right through these two, and then do the countersinks, and then go back to this when I'm ready to start drilling these out after those pins get here. Alrighty, so these pins arrived about when I thought they would, maybe a little bit later, and they're right, they're shiny, and they're actually, if anything, a little bit oversized, about 100mm oversized. So we'll drill one of these holes and just try one, see how we go. Oh, before I start, I've just had to retrain this thing. I thought these bloody DRAs always remembered where the hell they were, or are, and up until now they have been, but I just turned it off before we went out to go shopping, and I just turned it back on, and it was miles out, like 100mm odd that way, and about 80mm this way. Now what the hell was going on? Well, the way that was behaving, I might be better off just using a bit of oil when I'm doing that. That's only in 8mm. I meant to measure how long these were, and I haven't. Lost the bloody vernier again. God knows where it's gone. Oh, they're supposed to be 20mm. What are they? Oh, yeah, thereabouts. How well does it fit? Beautiful. Look at that. I just cannot get fits like that using my reamers. Oh, God. Trouble getting that out of there now. But I think I might go in to full 10mm. I think. A bit of oil in there. Don't want that. That's bloody rail oil. Slide by oil. Go into 10mm. Not in full 10mm. I think I can live with that. Alrighty, I don't think you want to watch me drill all those, so I'll bring you back later when I'm just about done. Well, that all went fairly well. There was only two where I had any interference from, defects down inside here, and it was this one here, which has got a bit of a hole over in the back, but the pin still fits beautifully in there. Oh, come on, get out there. I'm tempted to run a small drill down through the bottom of each of these, so if one gets a bit stuck in there, I can use a pin punch to knock it out from the back. And this one here, it fits really nicely as well. Anyway, that's all that done, and I drilled these two all the way through while I was out. So it's nice coffee o'clock. I'll get down the road and grab one of them, and when I come back we'll put the counter bores in here, and that'll be nearly finished then. At this point in the video, I'd like to thank my patrons. This continued support is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to become a patron, there's a link down in the description. You can sign up there and drop me a couple of dollars every month. If you don't want to be a regular contributor, there's always buy me a coffee. Now, let's get back to the build. Alrighty, so I've already touched this off. I'll get in and drill this out and the one at the other end. Alrighty, so you're probably thinking this is just about done. Well, not quite. I want to chamfer these. I'll do them afterwards, or just with a cordless drill. The fact that I remachined under these edges here, this one and then over here and over here, suggested I really should make another pass over the top, but I'm not all that happy with that finish on there. So I'm going to go back to those 0.2 radius Mitsubishi tips I've got. See if I can't improve the finish on here. So I'll do that next. Alrighty, although that sort of looks like a better finish, it doesn't feel like a better finish. It's actually quite, it's like rubbing your hand over a bit of fairly fine grit sandpaper. So I might get out a piece of granite that I've got and a bit of fine sandpaper and just give this a light sort of rub, just clean it up a bit. What it did do is make it look like it's full of little pits, and it may well be. It's just that, you know, we took the tops off them before you couldn't see them, and now you can. Anyway. Alrighty, so there we have it. You know, not 100% finished, but I'll just finish it off while you guys are not looking. These are 2 bits I saved off that original casting. So set some pins up, means we can set that up in there. I've got 4 clamps like this that I made up a while back for using on the rotary taper, so they're suitable for using on this. Although I've got a lot of options to clamp that with there. Some of these holes are not in the best spot, and all that one there's okay. I'll be able to clamp that there. Probably up here. One thing I want to do, and I'll have to have a long hard think about it, is I made these like snail cam adjusters, you know, like pinch clamps if you like, from my old table, and I wouldn't mind trying to adapt them to this somehow. Even how, anyway, come up with a way of doing it. Because I think they'd be a good thing to use on here. As long as you can clamp it down at least in one spot, at least you can clamp it hard up against the pins with these things. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching me make that. It hasn't exactly been smooth sailing, but you know, that's life, especially when you're home casting. And anyway, thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy, how about smashing that like button, giving it a great big thumbs up, because you know it helps me. Well, like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.